What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about the news you might have missed for August 30th, and I guess the early parts of the 31st. For us in the North American region, a lot happened overnight, or very early morning when most of us were not awake, but there was actually quite a bit of action. But let's pick up kind of where we left off yesterday, and that is God of War. So this was after I made the video yesterday. God of War is around, and it's active, and this is going to be, well, technically not this, but we're approaching the month that we're going to get a lot more information for God of War. Now, they already started. Game Informer started yesterday talking about kind of the shield mechanics, talking about that higher rated enemies, like more difficult enemies, are going to repopulate past areas that you go through in Ragnarok. So some pretty cool stuff, but they have over 4 minutes of footage they're going to be showing throughout the month of September. We're going to be going into a new realm, or showing a new realm, more gameplay, tweaks and stuff like that. So it's not like a ton. I wouldn't expect like an IGN first level thing from God of War. You know what I mean? Like IGN first, when they did it for Gotham Knights this month, they showed a lot. There was a lot of stuff, and there were meaty, segments. I don't think we're going to get that from this Game Informer thing, but it's information for God of War. And honestly, at this point, we're kind of starving for that. And we'll see if this is kind of the kickoff to more info, if Sony also does an event this month. I feel like that's the case. This is going to be the month that we get a really big kind of rolling out the red carpet for this game, and then that just is going to carry into October, and then obviously November. Something that happened overnight is the kind of confirmation that Konami is going to be showing something pretty loved at TGS this year, which is in only a couple of weeks. Now, the rumors obviously go around immediately is that, not even rumors, I guess speculation, is that Silent Hill, is it, Metal Gear? It's kind of confusing what it seems to actually be. Now, they have more than just those, and in fact, I believe Video Game Chronicles came out and said it most likely is not going to be any of those three: Metal Gear, Silent Hill, or Castlevania. It's going to be something else, which is, I guess it's fine, because Konami does own more than just those three things, but it's also disappointing because it's like, well, we're still waiting for all three of them. However, that coincided with reports that we are going to get, again, this is a report, rumor, that we are going to get the Metal Gear Solid, kind of another rollout of like a collection, but they're going to do remasters separately for 1 through 3 and then put them into a collection. So it's like a Kingdom Hearts, I guess past Metal Gears have done it as well, right? Where you just kind of just constantly remaster them, constantly combine them in different collections. But this would be a remaster for like modern consoles, so like PS5. Which is pretty cool. And we've heard the rumors of like a remake / remaster of at least Metal Gear Solid 1. We've heard rumors of that for like a year and a half. So it definitely is going to happen, I think. It's just probably not going to be shown off in a few weeks. We also had The Last of Us review scores, and, I was thinking of making this its own video, but of course I can talk about it in a more meaty section in this video. I really, I was interested in the reviews, right? I was looking at my clock. I was on Twitter. I was ready to refresh. I saw the Skill Up and the ACG and the IGNs of the world. I saw all these reviews, and I was just kind of thinking, I read through some of them. I looked at, some of the reviews for other, visually watched, and I was thinking, it doesn't matter at all. The only thing these reviews really prove is that this is not like a lazy remake, but I mean, you could have probably gathered that, right, from the trailers and all that stuff. I guess where I'm going with this is this. The Last of Us 2013 is looked at commonly, including by myself, as one of the, it's a really amazing game. Maybe one of the best games of all time, maybe one of the best games of that year, but an incredible game. This game now is still that. This game now has notable improvements that have factually improved the game. No review can really tell you more than that. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Where it's like, and I guess that's the case for anything. And by the way, I don't really put stock into any reviews in the first place, but it's like, there's really no purpose. And I mean, I'm not like, it's not like I'm salty, like, oh, I didn't get a review code. I didn't even ask for a review code for this game. It's like, I just don't think a review for this game is actually worth watching or reading, or is necessary at all, because ultimately, again, the only thing it does is say, yeah, they didn't take an easy way out. This is a legit, you would consider this a remake. It's not like building a game back up 20 years later, like Mafia, right? Like Mafia, that was a remake. Final Fantasy VII, well, that one changed things. So do you call that a remake because they, changed story elements? But, that's a remake. You know what I mean? This is not those. It's not. but it is the best way of playing this game. But the question is $70 worth that to you, the consumer, the purchaser of this game? That's it. No review on this planet is going to really tell you, you know what I mean? Because you know this game has the improvements. You know how this game looks. You know how this game feels. All you have to do is watch any trailer of this game. You know it's The Last of Us 2's visuals, and then, you know, accessibility options and smarter AI, and yes, there are changes. It's that in The Last of Us 1. That's what this game is. Without dodging, without proning, without things like that. That's what this game is. Ultimately, it still is the best way of playing it, but is it worth it if you have The Last of Us and The Last of Us Remaster? Well, no review on this earth is going to tell you, is going to, or should, I should say, no review should make up your mind. That's up to you. You know what I mean? So this is one of the more like unnecessary, I mean, as I've said it in the past, it's a more unnecessary thing to happen in the first place, in my opinion. But in terms of the reviews, you're not really going to get anything, absolutely nothing from the reviews. I don't really think a review is going to sway anybody who's on the fence that's going to get swayed by a review. It probably comes down to the price. At least that's my controversial opinion. Next up, we have the rumor of a Nintendo Direct. Thank you, Lord. September could be huge. It could be gigantic if these things actually happen. The rumor from Jeff Grubb is the week of the 12th. The 12th is a Monday, so that, that week that goes, I believe, until like the 15th, 16th, that's the week he's talking about. It's the week after the Marvel or Disney Marvel showcase. It's the week after the Ubisoft event on the Saturday. It's that following week. So, I mean, again, if it happens like the Tuesday, Wednesday, that would be an incredible, 5-6 day, I think, run. It would basically be a replacement it would be an E3, but in September. And then you have Sony's potential of being there, not necessarily, not like being in the same room as Nintendo, but you have the possibility of Sony doing something in that month as well, or in September as well. So very cool. I mean, that's pretty much all he said, that he's heard that it's that week from a good source, a really good source. So he feels pretty confident in it, and that's great. And finally, from this list is FromSoftware. So we got a little bit of purchasing from like their stock perspective in Tencent and then Sony. Both purchased, I believe, in equal share, so they're both at around like 13-14% owning of FromSoftware. And then I don't even know how to pronounce it or if I'm gonna say it right, so I just won't. There's another company that that has the majority stake in it that has like 68%, and then Sony and Tencent both have like 14 each. So there's been the rumors of, will Sony acquire them? Well, Sony now has about 15% of the company already, so they only need another 85. So we'll see if that ends up turning into. But again, now you have Tencent. Tencent could easily move to try to do it. Tencent loves to buy literally anything that has a pulse, and I think the employees at FromSoftware have those. So we'll have to see what happens with that, but that's a little interesting news in terms of the stocks of FromSoftware. So let me know what you guys think about all these stories in the comments below. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.